Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to your daily cricket show, Cricket Happenings. And on this particular cricket show, well, Bangladesh once again on the second day's play in the first Test match once again repeated what they did it in the first innings after West Indies had taken a 363 runs lead in the first innings, and this is something which is unpardonable, and that too, as you would remember, in the first innings, it was Kemar Roche, despite a knee injury, wrecking the Bangladeshi batting order, and with 363 runs lead, Bangladesh trailing by 363 runs, they started their batting, and one has to say this ain't cricket from Bangladesh, because Bangladesh once again had not learned from their mistakes, and they succumbed to 62 for 6. And let me tell you, the wrecker-in-chief Kemar Roche was not even there to bowl, and the damage this time was done by Shannon Gabriel, who literally shook them with his pace and the way he was bowling to them by getting those edges and getting the ball to dip into them, and has to say that these Bangladeshis were under pressure. And according to me, I don't think Bangladesh are going to get out of jail, because they are trailing by 301 runs, and they have only Mahmudullah as a sole hope standing there. But I think the writing is absolutely on the wall, and I think at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, North Sound in Antigua, definitely tomorrow I think the match would be all over, and we are only into the second day's play here in this particular test match. So it's totally dominated by the West Indies team. So I'll come back to that. And the other match that happened, one knows that in the tri-series in Zimbabwe, after yesterday's match, they already been pushed out of the tri-series, and today the match which was played was between Australia and Pakistan. So Australia and Pakistan have nothing to fear about. They know for a fact that they would be the ones who would be contesting the tri-series final. But just as a matter of a record, Pakistan and Australia played here the fifth match of the tri-series, where Pakistan won the match against Australia by 45 runs. It was a good effort from the left-arm pace bowler Shaheen Afridi. He has done well in the Pakistan Super League, and today he got an opportunity. He grabbed it with both hands, and he really bowled very well. 4 overs, 3 for 37, and that was wonderfully done, one thought, from Shaheen Afridi, the youngster, just 18 years of age. So he really put in a wonderful effort there. And also tomorrow, the India, who are already 1-0 up in the T20 series, they take on England in the second of the T20s. They're playing at the Rose Bowl in Cardiff, and one has to say, for it would be interesting to see as to whether England are up to the challenge of the Indian spinners, especially the wrist spinner Kuldeep Yadav, who wrought havoc amongst the English batsmen in the first T20. So we'll come back to that. But I'm going to start off with the match between Bangladesh and West Indies, because that is the one which one has to talk about. So just talking about, summarizing what West Indies did today. They continued on. Brathwaite was pretty slow. In fact, he was 88 not out yesterday, but he took a real time, because he got his century, which was his 7th Test century, just before lunch. So you could imagine it was a meandering knock from Brathwaite, and Brathwaite got his 7th Test century. He made 121 with 11 fours. The other contributor being Shai Hope. Bishu was out for 19 with 2 boundaries, and Shai Hope contributed. And Brathwaite definitely played some good stroke. He was very good off the back foot in the ways he was actually punching the ball into the gaps. And Shai Hope collected a 50. He made 67 with 3 fours and 1 6. Other than that, there was a brief, I would say, a good thing happened for Bangladesh's Mehdi Hassan Miraz and Shakib Al Hasan picked up 2 good wickets of Roston Chase and Shane Dowrich, who was the player of the series in the series against Sri Lanka. So that was big wickets, because if Roston Chase and Dowditch would have stayed, probably I think West Indies would have probably gone into the 600 mark. Roston Chase was out for 2 LBW to Mirage, and Dowditch was out for 4. Jason Holder's contribution was 33 with 2 4s and 2 6s, but Kemar Roche, after doing well with the ball the other day, came on to really sting the Bangladeshi bowlers with his batting as well, as he thrashed 33, which included 6 4s and 1 6. Cummins was not out on 1, Gabriel was not out for 5, and the West Indian innings wound up for 406. The bowling, 3 for 84 for Abu Jayed on his debut, none for 44 for Rubil Hassan, 1 for 69 Kamrul Islam Rabi, 2 for 71 Shakib Al Hasan, 3 for 101 Mehdi Hassan Miraz. Now Bangladesh, one thought that they would have probably learned their lessons well after the very poor performance in the first innings, and Bangladesh would have also been very happy to know that Kemar Roche was not bowling because he had the recurrence of a knee injury, and he did not bowl a single delivery. Now, I would say everything was in favor of Bangladesh there, with Kemar Roche not even into the bowling. But look at what happened. So let's have a look at what really happened there. So let's have a look at the 6 wickets, as Bangladesh were really in almost like a losing situation at 62 for 6. They still trailed by 301 runs going into the 3rd day. So let's have a look at the wickets, and today the wrecker-in-chief was Shannon Gabriel, who did very well against Sri Lanka. So let's have a look at the wickets. So first, let's have a look at the wicket of Tamim Iqbal. Gabriel was the bowler. Now this was a ball which had some bounce, and it was just just going away outside the off stump, and Tamim actually came forward, and the ball, because of the extra bounce, took the shoulder of the bat and went into the air, and Hope made the catch look very easy. So Tamim Iqbal was gone. Caught Hope bowled Gabriel for 13 with 2 boundaries, and the score read 14 for 1. At the same score, Lytton Das, who was the only person to actually get into double digits in the first innings, was a goner, and his wicket was taken by Jason Holder. Now this was tremendous bowling from Jason Holder. He actually bowled the delivery on the corridor, as we call it, the outside the off stump. He just got the ball to swerve away from Lytton Das, and Lytton Das, and also what Holder did is another thing that smartly, he probably had seen Kemar Roche use the wide of the crease policy, and that's what precisely Holder did. He went wide of the crease, created an angle, and forced Lytton Das to play at it, and well, it was all over, as the ball had actually, when Lytton Das was on the front foot, the ball took the edge and looped out, and it was easily taken by Brathwaite, and Lytton Das was gone for 2, and the Bangladesh score was 14 for 2 at that stage. Mominul Haq failed once again. Now this was done beautifully, I thought, from Gabriel, because Mominul, as you know, is a tough customer, but well, Gabriel actually went through his defenses in a flash, as the ball actually came in and also probably kept low, and the off stump had gone for a walk. So Mominul Haq was gone, bowled by Gabriel for naught, and that left the score at 16 for 3, with Lytton Das also gone. And then it was, one thought, the experience of Mushfiqur Rahim and Shakib Al Hasan would probably would be the key to Bangladesh chances, and look at what happened. Mushfiqur Rahim totally got a delivery, and his middle stump was out of the ground. Now Gabriel was on absolute fire, and he pushed Mushfiqur Rahim on the back foot, and the ball went on to, and Mushfiqur Rahim, as I said, was beaten by sheer pace there, and that went on to knock the middle stump out of the ground, and as Mushfiqur was just trying to defend the ball outside the off stump. And now it was a very shaky situation for Bangladesh. They were placed at 36 for 4, and Shakib Al Hasan, another good delivery from Gabriel, forced the Bangladesh captain to actually square up. Now this was wonderful bowling, as I said, from Gabriel. It was not about pace, it was also about nice movement that he was getting. and a good catch also taken by Holder. Now, actually, Shakib also, in a similar manner to Mushfiqur Rahim, tried to defend off the front foot, but the ball actually went away after angling in. So it was smartly bowled, and in the process, Shakib Al Hasan was all squared up, and the resultant edge was taken by Holder, but Holder had to really pick the catch inches off the ground, which was done very well. Shakib Al Hasan was into the pavilion, caught Holder bowled Gabriel for 12 with 2 boundaries. So that made the score with half the Bangladeshi team into the pavilion at 43 for 5. And then when the score reached 50, Mehdi Hasan Miraz, who had come in, was the 6th victim as far as Bangladesh were concerned, as once again now it was Jason Holder actually getting the ball to angle and also move away from Mehdi Hasan Miraz, and in fact once again the same fallibility of trying to defend it on the front foot, and it was all over. It was a straightforward catch to Dowdage behind the stumps, and Mehdi Hasan Miraz caught Dowdage bowled Holder for 2, and the Bangladesh innings were second innings were absolutely in tatters at 62 for 6. Mahmudullah was there not out on 15 at close of play. Nurul Hassan was not out on 7. And as I said, the writing is absolutely on the wall. They need 301 runs to make West Indies bat again. And we are going to the 3rd day tomorrow here in Sir Vivian Richard Stadium, North Sound in Antigua. And I don't think Bangladesh are going to get out of jail. I mean, this was a situation. What was very, very baffling is that one would have imagined if probably Kemar Roche had bowled today, one probably feels that the match would have been all over on the 2nd day itself, and that would have been the most humiliating thing to happen for Bangladesh. But Shannon Gabriel was all fire, and also the good thing was that it was smart bowling from Shannon Gabriel, forcing the Bangladeshi batsmen to make mistakes at regular intervals. 7 overs, 2 maidens, 36 runs and 4 wickets for Shannon Gabriel. Jason Holder 9 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 15. Cummins bowled 2 overs for 10 runs. So that's the match situation. One probably feels that tomorrow the match will be all over, probably even by lunchtime, or probably if there is if the Bangladeshi batsman Mahmudullah and Nurul Hasan can show some pluck and fight it out, probably they can do something about it. But as of now, as what I'm saying, the way they have been playing, I think the writing is absolutely on the wall that tomorrow probably West Indies would be going 1 up in this test series. So that is as far as Bangladesh versus West Indies is concerned. Now let's have a look at the tri-series. We are talking about the tri-series which is happening between Pakistan and Australia. As I said, Pakistan and Australia have nothing to worry about. They are already into the tri-series finals, and let's have a look at what really panned out in the tri-series in Harare. So the first to bat was Pakistan, and Pakistan in their effort they put 194 for 7 on the board. They were driven by an aggressive innings from Fakhar Zaman, who literally smoked boundaries and sixes, especially boundaries. If you look at that knock of his, he made 73 of 42 deliveries, which included 9 fours and 3 sixes. So such was the effort from Fakhar Zaman. He did not allow any of the Australian bowlers to settle. He went after Jai Richardson. He also went after the spinners, and you could say that Ashton Agar had 27 runs taken off his 2 overs. So that was splendid batting from Fakhar Zaman. Haris Sohail was dismissed for a duck. Hussain Talat making 30 of 25, 3 fours, 1 6. Sarfraz Ahmed was out for 14 of 13, 1 4, 1 6. Malik made 27 of 15, 3 fours and 1 6. Asif Ali was there in the end. Asif Ali is definitely, from Pakistan, is definitely showing that he's a very, very handy lower middle order bat. And this is not the first time he has been doing this with real consistency, as Asif Ali smashed an unbeaten 37 of just 18 deliveries, which included 3 fours and 2 sixes, and Pakistan made 194 for 7 thanks to that of their 20 overs. Fahim Ashraf was out for duck, Shadab Khan for 7, Mohammad Amir not out on knock. So 194 for 7, it was a pretty good score, one thought, from Pakistan. And as far as the bowling was concerned, Stan Lake 4 overs, none for 30. Jai Richardson 4 overs, 2 for 43. Andy Ty 4 overs, 3 for 35, did a good job. Stoinis 3 overs, 1 for 29. Maxwell 3 overs, thrashed for 30 with 1 wicket. And Ashton Agar bowled 2 overs, which got thrashed for 27 runs. Fakhar Zaman going after him. So Australia were given a target of 195 runs to win from their 20 overs, and the start was not good. Today, Aaron Finch was dismissed, and his wicket, it was, one has to say that it was all about Shaheen Shah Afridi, who actually took the first 3 wickets to fall. He really did a good job. He was playing his first game, and I thought it was a surprise packet. And looking at it, DRC shot had his leg stump totally flattened, as the ball was straight, and as you said, Shaheen Shah Afridi is just 18 years of age. He's a youngster. He has performed well in the Pakistan Super League, and he's a left-arm seamer and a good pace bowler as well. So it was a straight ball. It was probably honing in towards the stumps, and DRC shot trying to actually club him over long on, paid the penalty as he was clean bowled. Aaron Finch could not last long today. His wicket was also taken by Shaheen Shah Afridi, and that was a big wicket for them, because Finch got an inside edge onto a delivery, which he was trying to probably punch it through the offside, but probably the ball just deviated a bit and cut in off the seam, and it probably cut Finch into half there, and he was gone. Caught Sarfraz Ahmed bowled Shaheen Shah Afridi for 16 of 11 deliveries, 3 fours. And Glenn Maxwell came in, and Glenn Maxwell was a goner. Now this was done very well, I thought. It was a sharp in swing from Shaheen Shah Afridi. As you know, the left armer normally gets a good angle, and it was a ball which was full and straight, but there was some late in swing, and Maxwell was shaping to actually flick the delivery, missed it, and he was right in front of the stump. So he was gone. LBW bowled Afridi for 10 of 8 balls to 2 fours, and Shaheen Shah Afridi had already put the Aussies on the back foot with taking all the 3 wickets which had fallen with a score on 49 in the 7th over. After that, Travis Head's wicket was taken by Fahim Ashraf. That was also well done, I thought. Fahim Ashraf bowling a good ball. He uprooted the middle stump of Travis Head. He probably, Travis Head wanted to force this, wanted to just play this down the ground, but there was a bit of a nip, and it went on to hit the middle stump. So that was a wonderful wicket for Fahim Ashraf. Madison were trying to take the attack to Shadab Khan, went down the pitch, but Shadab Khan had slipped in a beautiful googly which went past Madison, and Madison kept going. Sarfraz Ahmed kept whipping up the bails, and it was all over. Madison gone, stumped Sarfraz Ahmed, bowled Shadab Khan for 5 of 8 deliveries. After that, it was not easy. They still had Stoinis in the hut, but Stoinis was a victim of the bowling with Usman Khan for 16 of 15 deliveries, 2 fours. Alex Carey did his ball. Alex Carey normally likes to knock the ball around, even though he definitely definitely tried a few big hits which succeeded in depositing them into the stands, but he's more of a sort of a nudger who likes to push the ball into the gaps and pick. He's a brisk player, no doubt about it. So Alex Carey did that, but it was all over as the 20 overs had exhausted, and all that Australia could muster was 149 for 7. Alex Carey was not on 37 of 24 deliveries, 2 fours and 2 sixes. Ashton Agar lost his stumps to Mohammad Amir, 11 of 8 deliveries with 1 6. Ty was not out on 12 of 8 deliveries, and the game was all over with Pakistan winning the match against Australia. And the bowling, Shaheen Shah Afridi in particular, impressed. Even though he gave 37 runs of his 4 overs, he picked up 3 key wickets right at the beginning to put the Aussies on the back foot. Mohammad Amir 4 overs 1 for 25. Fahim Ashraf 4 overs 1 for 30 was impressive. Shadab Khan 4 overs 1 for 26, and Usman Khan 4 overs no maiden 1 for 26. The man of the match going to Fakhar Zaman for his very, very punishing knock of 73 of just 42 deliveries. Well done. And just on a very small note, I'm not going to go into that, just wanting to tell you that tomorrow happens to be the second T20 match which is coming up at the Rose Bowl in Cardiff between India and England in the second T20, and one has to say that it's all about the challenge that England will face, and it will be interesting to see as to what is the approach that England has against the man who did the most damage to them in the first T20, none other than the wrist spinner Kuldeep Yadav. And I'm sure England would have looked at the videos and they would have known what was the mistake that they made, and I'm sure they would be probably much better than what happened in the first T20. But let's wait and watch, dear friends subscribers, in the second T20 between India and England at the Rose Bowl in Cardiff. Well, dear fans and subscribers, it's all about that's about it as far as today's cricket show is concerned. I hope you all loved it, and see you all tomorrow on my next Cricket Happening show. Until then, it's good night.